on everybody, and welcome to this 28th C++ tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to talk about some constructor and destructor. So let's get started with a class name. Oh my god, class name count. Well, okay, count, and it do have some private, like it do have int num. Okay, now it's time for public, and in the public you ever made the constructor and destructor. So what is constructor? It is a default function called by object whenever it is created. So how to make a constructor? It is a simple like a function, but you never write the data type, oh my god, return type, and nothing passed through it. Okay, so how to make? First of all, you write the name of the class, and then you do write these braces, and after that you define it. Okay, you am going to talk about it again. You never write you can see I don't write any return type, and I do have this function which name count and is also name of the same class. Okay, so it means that we only have one constructor in every class. Okay, and then never passed anything in it. Okay, so what it will print? It will print out I am a constructor. Well, that's constructor. Okay, now it's time for destructor, and for destructor we do need this negation sign, and then after that we do need again class name and nothing passed, and same as constructor, but I am a destructor. Okay, now is the time to call it. So first of all, we're going to make some object of this class name count. Okay, count, and it have object C. Okay, now in this line, when the program will be executed, if when the program watch this line, or you can say execute this line, it will create the constructor, or you can say it will call the constructor by default. And now the question is, what if we don't have any constructor written here? Okay, so then it called the default constructor, but now it called this constructor written over here. Okay, when this line execute, it will call automatically this constructor, but when we are creating static type of objects, so whenever this main ends, it will call the destructor automatically. So anyhow, if I tell you the short story, then it must be that whenever you make the object of any class, it will call the constructor, and after the ending of main, it will call the destructor. Okay, so let's get checked. I'm going to compile it, and error, and because that stupid semicolon. Okay, now if you watch over here, I am a constructor, and then it calls I am a destructor, and we don't call anything, we just write the object of the class. So that's how to make the constructor. So now let's start with some other example. Okay, now we do have some global integer. Okay, now it can be called anywhere, and its value will be 0. Okay, now what constructor will do? It will increment that a, and what the destructor will do? Okay, it will decrement valid go. Okay, now here we are. Okay, now the program created that will count how many times the constructor and destructor calls. Okay, so when we write this simple, it will the age value will be 1, because when it calls the constructor it will increment it, and if we write print a, then it will print 1, but after main it will decrement the value of a. Okay, let's check it out. A's value here, and we need handle here. Okay, so let's check it out. And okay, I do write the wrong. Okay, now you're here. Okay, when first it makes the constructor and it calls the constructor, and then it increments the age value which was 0, and after that it was 1, and here you can see it prints 1, and then after that main ends, it called the destructor. The destructor, what do it do? Decrement to that a and print that same a. Okay, you can watch over here. So you can make also an array of object. So let's see what you can see over here. First it called the constructor, then it called the destructor automatically simultaneously, you can see over here. Okay, if you remove it, then it can also tell us how many times that constructor called. Okay, now I'm going to make some more objects. You can see over here it is an array of objects, and here you can see 4 objects. It's the 5th one and it's the 6th one. Okay, I'm going to compile, and we do have error because we are conflicting of C. So let's try another name, Z, and here you can see it's 4, 5, 6. Here you can see it's print the 6th value of a. So that's how you make the constructor and destructor. So if you don't understand, you can visit our next tutorial to know more about the classes. So thank you for watching, and I hope you learned so much, and never miss the visiting of this next tutorial. So